Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Heart of a Hobbit here on the official LOTRO Twitch stream. I'm Little Redhead, and I'll be taking you around today to enjoy the anniversary festival that's going on. So it is LOTRO's 14th anniversary, and we're very excited to go and see all the fun things that are happening. So I may have mentioned this in previous streams, but in case you are new here, just want to let you know that there's a lot of things you can do in Lord of the Rings online. So you can, there are raids you can do, you can quest, you can follow the Fellowship through a great storyline, you can go into dungeons and do instances. So there's a lot of fun things you can do. There's also a real strong social side of Lord of the Rings Online where you can gather together with other folks, you can play in character, you can play music, there's gatherings, all sorts of good things. So I really enjoy that social side of things as well as the questing side. So what I do on this Twitch stream is I like to focus on those social aspects of the game. So that's my jam. So that's where I'm going to be taking you with me today. So kind of giving you an idea of what I have in mind. So I thought we would, do some of the festival stuff. We're going to pick up the festival wrapper. We'll go by the party tree. That's where that's happening. And we're going to visit the Methel stage, and there's a quest there with Gandalf. And then we'll go do some other things, probably hit people over the head with a big stick at Thorin's Hall. So all sorts of silliness happening here. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is pick up my VIP rewards here from Wenda. Wenda is one of my best friends in the game now. So she gives you these subscriber town services and the subscribers jug. And those are fantastic to pick up because what they do is the subscriber jug, it accelerates your crafting time. So if you're doing any crafting during the time you've got this jug active, you're just like zooming through it. It prevents any wear and tear on your items, like from combat, from defeat, like if you fall in battle, any of that crafting. So it prevents any wear and tear on your stuff. And then this gives you basically your vendor on the go. And I like to put it on my quick bar there. So it allows you to, you can sell things from anywhere. You can get into your vault, you can get into your shared storage, you can get into your wardrobe, you can get into the auction house. If you've already started the legendary items sequence of things, you can get to your, where you can work on your legendary items and also where you can break apart all the little pieces. So all that fun stuff is right there in your town services, and boy, is that useful. Yeah, we love, 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 love Wenda. Thank you, Lotro, for that VIP benefit, because it is amazing. All right, so we want to go to the party tree. And one of the cool things about housing is they have these far-ranging stable masters now, and that's new within the last year. And they can take you all sorts of places, including the Shire, because it's under T for the, okay, to the party tree for like 1 silver. And I hate paying for travel, but I will pay 1 silver to go to the party tree from housing. It's a sweet deal. That one's a no-brainer for me. I'll take that one. All right, so here we are at the hill at the party tree. And I see, yeah, Elda, that sounds great. I will make sure I don't run over. I don't think I was going to run over anyway. I'm feeling actually kind of sleepy. Like we talk about as hobbits that we go for naps when we're going offline. That's our in-world way of talking about that. But man, I'm almost tempted to go and take a real one. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm just buzzing right through here. So here we are at the party tree. And this poor fellow here, Waldo Rumble, you may have gotten an email from him. And it's probably already gone because it was in my inventory. But let me see. What are we doing? We're doing the anniversary event. That I just picked up from the lady over there. Oh well, no worries. Basically, he sends you this really vague email saying, things are crazy and people are doing things and I don't know what's going on and people are blaming me. So what it is there's all these scrolls and things that have shown up here at the party tree and on the party tree itself. And the party planning committee is not happy about this. And they think Waldo might know something about it because all of the gifts and stuff that are to be given out are hanging around by him, so they think he knows something. He doesn't know anything, and he's like just completely flummoxed by the whole thing. So that's a whole different thing. We'll come back to that here in a moment. So first we're going to pick up some quests from him. So the first one, where it looks like we're going to pick up Another Lovely Year, because it's another lovely year in LOTRO. And this is your daily wrapper. So as it is with most festivals, you have basically, there's a quest giver, like Waldo here, and he will, or she will give you a wrapper that's basically, hey, go and do X number of things in the festival, and I will give you some tokens for doing that. So not only will you get tokens for doing each of those individual things, but then you get tokens for doing X number of them. So it's like double dipping. It's pretty awesome. So he says, welcome, my friend. If you are here for the anniversary festival, I would recommend you look around and participate in many of the fun activities around here. If you're not here for the anniversary festival, maybe you should be. For those folks that participate in many of our activities, there might just be a reward in store for you. So get out there. And remember, when lighting fireworks, it's safety first. So cute. All right, so what he wants us to do is go and participate in 7 anniversary activities. You can do it all in one day. You can do it over multiple days. There's really not, a time limit on that. You could, do it every other day, do one thing. But the reason why you might want to do them each day and come back and do it again the next day is there's this thing called, there's like these super wrappers, basically. So then you've got, this says the Anniversary Adventure. And he says, welcome, welcome. If you're here for the anniversary festival, you have come to the right place. I recommend you look around and participate in many of the fun activities. Plenty to do. Even those folks that participate, for those folks that participate in many of our activities, there might just be a reward in store for you. So get out there. So this is our top tier level wrapper, because he wants us to complete a yearly yield intro, which we haven't picked up yet. But it's going to appear after after we pick this up from him. Oh, hang on. Before we do that, well, we'll go ahead and accept that. That person right there is wearing some of the Unflagging Dragon cosmetics, which is one of the things you can get in this festival. So, okay, you know what? We'll go to the festival vendor and we'll take a look because they've got some pretty cool stuff. Okay, so now we're going to talk to Waldo some more. And here's our yearly yield intro. So this is where it wants us to complete Another Lovely Year. Remember, Another Lovely Year was the one that we got. That's do 7 things today. So if we complete that, turn it in. We do that 3 times, so 3 days. He's going to give us all these goodies, which includes some Figments of Splendor and universal optional crafting ingredient and 1,000 virtue experience, which is very cool because right now we're on a bonus virtue experience gain, 20% extra. So if you have any of those virtue pots sitting around, now's the great time to use them. So that would give possibly an additional 20% on that, so an additional 200 if I were to finish that during this time frame. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pick this up from him as well. So now we have all 3, right? So we've got to do the daily, and once we do that, we turn that in. And then once we do the daily 3 times, then that finishes that wrapper, and that finishes the next wrapper. And if we do that upper wrapper, I think it's 3 times, then they would get some more good stuff there too. So lots of goodies you can get from doing festival, which is always awesome. All right. Now, when we popped in here, we stopped and said hello to this Hobbit here, and I just picked up the quest and didn't even share it with you. I apologize. I was just on autopilot because I was doing festival for a few hours today already. But we'll see what she had to say. So when we came up to her and she said, you have come in answer to my correspondence. I don't know what correspondence she's talking about. Maybe she's talking about the letter that Waldo sent out. She said, I must apologize if it was a bit disjointed and rambled here and there. I have been in a terrible state. The thing is, well, look at the party tree overnight. Oh, this is Waldo's letter. Some mischievous malefactor has covered it in all of that, all of whatever it is. And as I stated in my letter, don't ask me why, but the party planning committee has decided I must have something to do with it. So this is what we were talking about before. So the background on this is every spring, the anniversary scavenger hunt takes place to celebrate a very special occasion. And so this version of the quest includes only objectives found within Eriador, and it's available to players of all levels. Now there's another version of the scavenger hunt, and that's what this is about, is the scavenger hunt. So each card contains a scavenger hunt to complete at your own pace. You can do it throughout the entire festival. And when you complete a scavenger hunt, bring the completed card back to her or to him. So the Scooby-Doo with that is when we look at this, you'll notice there's 3 for year 1. There's 3 Eriador options, and then there's 3 regular options. And they have the same thing. So we've got Tails, Frodo, Tails, Frodo. Travels, Towering Monuments, Travels, Towering Monuments. So the difference is the Eriador ones are a much shorter list, and they keep you in a somewhat safer zone, you know, than if you take the other ones, which then might take you into, you know, Rivanian, Gondor, Rohan. You might end up all there. So if you're early in your levels, the Eriador ones, fun. Or if you just want to like knock out the easier ones, that's the nice way to do it, is just take the Eriador ones. So I'll go ahead and grab these. I don't think we're going to get to any of these today, but I'll go ahead and grab them anyway. So this one has 3 places to go visit. And the old foes, it has 4 previous people that we have defeated. So like Jagger Jack, you'll remember him. He's in the bandit area outside of like Archette and Combe in that direction. So, so some cute things to go back and redo. So you notice as we picked each one up, the corresponding version for the larger area disappeared. So you can only have one of those active at a time. But what you can do is you can pick up the Eriador ones for year 1, complete that, come back, turn it in to her if you do the Eriador. Pick up the year 2 ones for Eriador, pick up the year 1 for, you know, the world, and you can be working on those at the same time, as long as they're not the same year, you know. And you can only do them in order. So you do year 1, then you do year 2, then you do year 3, and so on. Ooh, that's a very pretty horse. I like the thing on the back, the lantern on the back there. That's very nice. I wish when you like inspected somebody, it would show you what mount they're using. That's the only thing I haven't figured out, how to tell what mount somebody's using without like just straight up asking them. Okay. Yes. So somebody says, well, I knew when my low level characters saw go to Henneth Anun objectives, it was not for me. Yeah, that's really far out there. We finally took our 130 characters over on Evernight and did some of the anniversary stuff yesterday that we hadn't been able to accomplish before, and that was nice. So yeah, I mean, you can take as many years as you want to go through these. Like they don't do an extra one every year anymore. I think it stopped at like year 10 or 11. So there's only so many to do. So you might as well spread it out and have a good time. All right, so I think we're gonna go find Affadil. Are you in, oh, you're in Sanson. Are you in Sanson's farm?
No, Bree.
You're in Bree? Okay. I'm gonna come and see you in Bree, West Bree, because Affadil has been a LOTRO person, has had a LOTRO account for since the beginning. Now they haven't been playing the entire time, so they missed out like on a number of years in between. But they did start playing at the beginning. So they have the newest anniversary stuff, which includes, there she is. So you'll notice she has a new title, Gem Without Measure. That's the new title. So the 14-year folks, they got a title. Last year it was Sublimely, what was it? Sublimely something. Abundantly Sublime. That's what it was. Thank you. So this year it's Gem Without Measure. Very cute. And I know you're probably wearing the hat, aren't you? No, you're not wearing the hat yet. And then there was a hat, 2 hats. Oh, are you doing the fireworks? Oh, I should look up. This is the, was it Willow fireworks?
Yep.
So they got a new fireworks skill. That's an old fireworks skill. Oh, that's a viable fireworks skill. Oh yeah, there we go. So it's kind of like a willow fading down. I wonder, come do that on the ground. I'm curious to see if it has like more of a 3D effect to it. So if I stand back, all right, you could go ahead and do it again. Yeah, I wondered if it kind of draped down as it came down. Let's find out. And yeah, like a weeping willow. Nice. It's a little subtle, but that is pretty neat. All right, so let's see the new hats too. That is not the new hat. That's the oh, that's the new hat. Look at that pretty thing. So it's got, oops, I just walked right by you. And it's got, I know, a ribbon on it. Yeah, it's got a ribbon on it. Now, if you dye it, the whole thing dies. Yeah, So the ribbon and the hat all come out with the same dye. So I kind of wish they'd maybe done a little bit of separation or some pattern in the ribbon so that it would look slightly different. But if you're looking for some color coordination, it is slightly darker, so that's nice. So like in this version, the ribbon and the rim of the hat definitely have a little bit slightly darker than like the fabric of the base of the hat. So that's cute. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you for the show and tell there. And then this is the other hat. This is another, what do they call this, sun-brimmed hat. So this one's a little bit, oops, a little more, it looks almost like a cowboy hat in a way. And no rib, or it has a ribbon but no bow. And it's a little bit tighter in. You'll notice that the rim on it is much closer to her head. So isn't that cute though? Yeah, I like that one better. I think that one looks like your big floppy summer hat, right? It reminds me a little bit of, there's another one. Yeah, you can see the difference there between them. It's cute though, right? So that's what the folks got for their 14th anniversary. They got a new portrait frame. They got the 2 hats and the fireworks and the title. I think that's everything, which is a lot. So that's pretty neat. And yeah, so you can see in the portrait, it adds her hat there. And that's what the new portrait frame looks like. It's got the 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so each of the gold ones is 5. And then each of the silver ones is a 1. So for 15, my guess is it'll be 1, 2, 3 gold ones. And then as they go up, it'll probably be 3 gold ones, and then 19 would be 1, 2, 3, 4 of the silver ones. It'll just keep taking over the whole thing. So that is cute though. Yeah. So there we go. So there's the new stuff. Awesome. Yeah, last year it was this pig, wasn't it? The anniversary pig. That was a good one. I'm pretty happy about the pig. I got one of those too somewhere. Oh, what you got? Are you gonna give me like a? Oh, you're giving me some dies. Well, thank you. I also happen to be a scholar, sweetie. But I will take your dies. That's why I'm a scholar, because I love dyeing things. So, all right. Cool. I think we're going to keep moving on. Thank you. Thank you so much. So here we should do the thank emote. Hang on. Thank. Yeah. We thank Affodil for her help. Excellent. Okay. All right. So I think we're going to go do a couple things. We have picked up, and let's erase all this. We don't need to see all these things. That's a new trick that I learned, well, maybe a year ago now, but if you want to just remove all the stuff that's there, you just right click on that little ring and that menu comes up. Here, I'll show you again. So if you right click on here on the radar, you can track nearby quests. Boom. It'll show you everything it thinks is nearby you. It may, sometimes it thinks things are near you where I'm like, okay, technically I suppose that's true, but I wouldn't have picked that. But that's okay. Like go to Oak Barton. Yeah, Oak Barton's a little way from here. So let's say I want to get rid of all these things. Or let's say I just want to get rid of this one. I can right click on it and remove it. You're like, cool, but now I've still got these other ones that reminds me, okay, I'm working on that. But let's say I'm like, we're going to clean the slate. Right click, remove all. Boom, clear. I love it. So we are going to go, and I'll show you, because it is nighttime, one of the festival activities you can do. And I think this one is pretty self-explanatory, but just in case anybody is having trouble figuring this one out, I will happily show you. So we've got 2 things going on up here. We have a young brandy buck and a young took. We're not going to talk about who their first names are, right? So speaking to one of them, this is your go find all the various things you can do at the festival quest. So he says the anniversary event is the name of this one. And he says, hello there. You may have noticed that there is a special event going on our very own anniversary. There are festivals taking place in many locations. Perhaps you'd like to know the particulars. While the event is underway, you will find that there is a beer brawl in Thorin's Hall, fireworks show in Bree, that's where we're at, and the Shire, horse races at the horse fields and delving fields, and a great number of tokens to be found all over the world. You may trade these tokens for special gifts and profit greatly from such simple tasks as fighting evil in Middle-earth. What he's talking about there is while you're out in landscape and defeating mobs, and I think it actually works in dungeons too, in instances and whatnot. When you're defeating mobs, they might drop a steel token, and those are also a form of currency that you can use in this festival. But most of the things you're going to buy are going to be for anniversary tokens, which is the main currency in this festival. All right, so he says, go and explore the different festivities, and be sure to return here at night to participate in our marvelous fireworks show, which is what's going on. So we accept that, and our first, hey, what's going on over here is to talk to this guy for the anniversary event. He says, welcome to the show. Are you here to take in the sights, or maybe you would care to participate instead? There is nothing quite like the fireworks show we have here in Bree. We gather every night during the festival and set off quite the display. Feel free to join in the fun and be rewarded for your efforts. You won't regret it, friend. So we're going to go ahead and pick up the quest. And he says, welcome one and all to the annual Bree fireworks celebration. Step right up and become part of the show. That's right, we want you to participate in the show. The more the merrier. Take these fireworks and launch the correct one when it's called for. That's it. Just be sure to watch carefully so you don't set off the wrong one. So the objective is launch the correct firework 10 times. Do not launch the wrong firework. So we'll go ahead and accept that. So you'll notice now we have this cute little bar of fireworks. And we have our festival announcer, our fireworks announcer here. How about something besides yellow? Launch it now. So sure, we'll launch a red one. So if you hover over them, it tells you what color they are. And notice it has an induction, or not induction time, a cooldown time. So we've got the red firework, we've got a green one. Oh, this is not to the time for green fireworks, but any other color will do. Well, sure, we'll do a blue one, because that's that one there. Now, this isn't like a consumable of any sort. It's just basically they handed you a pack, you're using them, and when you're done, it disappears. So it doesn't count toward anything else. For example, there is a consume fireworks or do fireworks thing, and we'll do that here in a moment. So how about something besides blue? Launch it now. So any of the other three colors will do. So we'll do yellow. Why not? And you can see over here, it says launch the correct firework. 3 out of 10. Do not launch the wrong firework. We already know that part. So it's interesting because the cooldown time is actually shorter. So you can get 2 of them out between the time when he says something. But I don't generally. Okay, wait. This is not the time for resting. Launch your yellow. Okay, we'll launch a yellow. Yellow. Now, if you miss one, say like, I don't know, you get a phone call or something, and you gotta step away for a minute, you can just stand there, and things will go by and go by and go by, and that's okay. How about something besides yellow? How about green? We like green. We like green. Green's cool. Okay. Now, if I had launched the wrong one, I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to. I'm halfway through, man. But you can just walk back over to Winston there and pick up the quest again. Quickly launch a firework that's not green. Okay, we'll do a not green. So. He says, you'd think the Young Took and Young Brandy book would all be all about launching a firework at the wrong time. They would be. That is true. This is not the time for resting. Launch your red firework. Oh, launch the red. Spiffy. Yeah, I think it's because this is being organized by some Bree folk that maybe they're like, let's organize this a little bit better. So anyway, if you're on top of it, you can actually launch 2 fireworks within one of his instructions. So quick launch firework that's not yellow. Well, how about green? And another thing that's funny is, so you'll notice that right now we're at evening and coming into midnight, which is fine. So at the beginning of the show, which is like around dusk or gloaming, I forget which one. Oh man, it's not green. You can get started and pick it up, but the announcer, our fireworks announcer here, isn't announcing anything yet. But you can pick up the little firework pack. So you can just launch a firework and see what happens. And if it says that was the wrong one, you go pick it up again and try again. Now is not the time for blue, but any other color will do. And so what you'll find is that in that time before the fireworks show technically starts, there's a there's a firework that's acceptable. And once you figure it out, you can just launch that until the firework starts, and it keeps your countdown going, which is nice. Okay, we've done our 10. So we're going to go over here and talk back to Winston again. And he says, well done, your timing and coordination were perfect. I am sure that everyone watching was thoroughly entertained. Please take this as a thanks for your brilliant participation. So we get 2 anniversary tokens from that. And this is repeatable. I can do it again in half an hour. So one thing I'll have done in the past when I'm, trying to cycle through my characters through the anniversary event is I'll come and do this, one of the first things, go do some other things for about half an hour and come back and do this again. So if you're going to be online for more than half an hour, you've got time to get 2 of these in, which is great because, like I said, they're worth two tokens each. Another thing I've done is sometimes I'm hanging out and like maybe I'm working on something else or whatever, and so I'm not active in the game, but I don't want to necessarily log out yet. Is you can just stand here and watch the fireworks happening, which is kind of neat. Like it's a beautiful little scene. The backdrop is fabulous. Wow, somebody launched a regular firework. Oh, maybe that was part of the thing. So there you go. So like that's kind of neat. That's a nice. I like finding little places in the game where you can just kind of chill out. Oh, I found another one today. I may have to see about people want to go have a picnic there or something. Okay, so we've done that. Oh, before we leave this area. Oh, somebody says, is it the final one from the previous show? I don't know, actually. I keep meaning to test that, and then I haven't tested it yet. Because it means being around for an entire, 2-hour sequence, I think? Because a LOTRO day is about 4 hours. It's like 4 hours and 6 minutes. So you would need to be there when it ended, when it gets to dawn, and find out what firework color it was, and then still be there 2 hours later and try it again. And I haven't done that. Okay, so while we're here, we've got a fireworks vendor over here, and we have another fireworks vendor over here. Now you'll notice this person standing here is race of man, or, seems to be. And this one over here, where do you go? Back here is a dwarf. There's a reason. We'll start here, and then we'll mark our way back over to the dwarf. So he is selling blue, green, orange, red, purple, yellow fireworks, and also the fireworks of man. So in my anniversary gift box, I got these, and you get these too. So I already got 2 hobbits, 2 elf, 2 man, and 2 dwarf. So it's the same as that one. Now the interesting thing is, so you can only buy the man fireworks from the man, the dwarf fireworks from the dwarves, the hobbit ones from the hobbit, and the elf ones from the elf. And 2 of them are here, and 2 of them are at the Methel stage. But I am interested in the other thing they have, which is, so you notice there's the dwarf fireworks, but the blue, the green, the orange, the purple, red, yellow, I am going to get those. And let me see, actually, let me go to my deed tracker. Pretty sure I haven't started this deed yet. Oh, it's gonna be under class race epic. By the way, this deed tracker is now live in LOTRO interface, and it's also on the LOTRO compendium. So if you are a plugins person, this is a great thing to check out. It's called Deed Tracker. Does what it says on the box. Okay, cool. I haven't started any of these, and so what I need to do is launch 50 of each of these fireworks. So we're just gonna scooch these out of the way. We're gonna go ahead and buy these. Now, a scholar can get the recipe for these, and you can buy the recipe with festival tokens, and a scholar could make these. So if you are, a scholar and interested in doing that, more power to you. All right, we're gonna buy those, and we're gonna buy those. Yeah. And we're gonna buy that. And purple. Red. I am a scholar, and I did that once with my scholar, on a different scholar. And there's something to be said about paying the coin for other people's labor sometimes, and I was willing to do that in this case. So I am willing to pay the coppers that it costs to buy these fireworks and not build them myself. It wasn't worth the time and experience to do it myself. So you notice I'm going ahead and putting these on my bar because that'll make it easier to use them up. Okay, need O. So let's get rid of that. Cool. Okay, so let's see. Awesome. What we got going over here? Oh, you just got, okay, so somebody in chat, Hijinks. Hello, Hijinks, welcome. Just picked up the game, having a ton of fun with it. How is the population? Are there typically enough people to find online for grouping? I think yes. I really don't know how to answer that question because I don't know what people's expectations are. I know that sounds kind of weird. My expectation, so for example, what I like is I like to be able to gather with people that I kind of know. And so really what I need out of the game is for it to present me with opportunities to get to know people that then I can continue to group up with in the future. And so I have found that I found a kinship that I'm very happy with. And so when I want to group up with people, I go and do that. Or I just say, hey, I'm going to go do a thing. Anybody want to come with me? And, we do that sort of thing. So, yeah. So, let's see. In terms of like, each server kind of has its own personality and kind of its own flavor. So, what server are you playing on right now, Hijinks? Oh, and there's somebody even said each server has its own dynamics. Oh yeah, I could tell you how many people we have. So like right now there's over 500 non-anonymous people on the server right now on Laurelin where I am. And if you mark yourself as anonymous, which a lot of people do because they don't want to get bothered by, people looking at them or contacting them out of like they're doing their own thing. So you'll have that. Arkenstone, I don't know a lot about Arkenstone. I know it's the Oceanic server, if I'm not mistaken. So you get a lot of time zone for like Australia and hitting those kinds of, that range of time zones. Probably get a lot of Pacific time zone folks. So hopefully that's the kind of time zone that you're in. EST is Eastern United States. I don't know what time it is there right now. I started streaming at 1, so it's 1:30 Eastern right now. I'm in the Netherlands, so I kind of gravitate towards the EU servers. So like Evernight is an EU server. Laurelin, where I am, is also another one, and I like. So that works for me. I think I've heard Arkenstone has a good mix of people, and I think they're also good for PvMP maybe? That might be where I've heard that a lot of people go for that. I'm not sure. There's also the forums, the LOTRO forums. So if you're, looking for people and just not really kind of finding the right folks that you click with, there's a looking for kin, I think, forum or thread on the forums. And then you can always, like, one thing I've done in the past is I kind of keep an eye on who's around and who I keep running into. And then if I see that, like that we seem to be interacting in a nice way, or in something that I'm like, oh, maybe I'll keep an eye on them. You know what I mean? So I kind of, you see your regulars after you're online a bit too, which is kind of fun. Keep an eye on world chat. Sometimes you'll find people there that you really click with, depending on the server. So yeah. So I hope, well, welcome back. I hope you find the group of people that you enjoy spending time with. So doing the math, apparently, it takes about 15 seconds to launch a firework, which I can't do if I'm mounted, so here, I'll go ahead and launch a firework. There we go. And so to launch all 300 for the deed, it will take at least 75 minutes. All right, and look at that. I launched a blue firework, so now I have a deed, which is launch blue one-shot fireworks. I have done 1 out of 50, and once I'm done them all, I will get 1 token for launching all 50 of those. That's kind of funny. Okay, so we just stopped here by this guy, Roger Hazeltwig, standing here near the Boar Fountain. And he says, "Hail, friend, I hope you are enjoying the festival. You wouldn't happen to be on your way to Combe, would you? You see, my friend Gail lives there now, and she recently lost many of her belongings in the tragedy that befell Archet," which, if you went through the intro, if you were a Hobbit or a man, you went through Archet, and so you kind of know what's going on out there, or happened out there. And he says, "I wanted to give her this bracelet Oh, I wanted to give this bracelet to her as a gift in the hope that it would raise her spirits in these troubling times. Would you be so kind as to take this to her? So this is the gifts chain, or chain of generosity as I kind of call it. And this one is the Delicate Bracelet one. So we go ahead and accept that. And also while we're here, we're going to do another fun thing is we're going to stop by Percy Bywood. So normally this town crier is here, and he always wants to tell us about Lalia's Market. And now he wants to also tell us about the anniversary event, and he gives you a list of things of where you might find stuff going on. Well, right next to him is Percy Bywood, who has lost invitations. And he says, "Hail, friend, might I ask a favor of you? I was put in charge of sending out invitations to the residents of Bree to let them know of the festival events underway. Maybe you received one yourself." Well, I was about to send out another stack of envelopes when a strong wind came along and blew them all away. Can you collect the invitations around town for me? So you will probably have noticed that there are envelopes. By the way, Patrick, thank you for putting the time in the chat there. So there are envelopes all over the place around Bree, like that one right there. So we're going to go ahead and pick that one up. And it goes into our bag here. So make sure you've got bag space before you start on this quest. But you only need 6 invitations. However, an invitation, one of these letters doesn't necessarily have an invitation in it. It might have one of 3 other things. It could have, we'll go back to that in a second. It could have an unwanted letter, which you could just sell for coins, sells for like 1 silver. It could have an emote, the toast emote, which is great. Or it might have a war steed cosmetic. Is the Unflagging Dragon? No, it's one of the other ones. Anyway, so which even as a character who hasn't gotten a war steed yet, you can hang on to that and open it later, or you can even consume it now. You can open it and consume it now, and then when you get to the point where you have a war steed, it will remember that you have that. So, all right. So, there's a now. This is what is normally happening is they're floating all over the place, and so you got to go and kind of chase it down and anticipate where it's going to be, and you pick it up. And it's really weird because I was doing this in a stream yesterday, and I felt a little chaotic. And then I was doing it again today, just on my own. And I find it's almost, especially when there aren't a lot of people around, because I don't feel like I'm taking envelopes from other people and stuff. It's almost like Zen for me. Like, it's just so relaxing to go chasing envelopes. I know that sounds like a really weird thing, but so I kind of like the lost envelopes chain. It's fun. I think it's fun. Let's see. So the question is, at what level do you get mounts? So it depends. If you are a VIP, you can go up to Hangstacer's Farms at level 20, do a quest there, a race basically, and then you have the ability to get mounts, to purchase them or earn them in various ways. If you're not VIP, you're going to have to go to the LOTRO store. So like down here, and you'll need to go and find a riding skill. Basic riding skill is just 95 LOTRO points, which you can get that if you do a whole bunch of deeds in the Shire. I don't think I can show you a riding skill because I have purchased, I'm past the basic riding skill. It's funny that Shill shows me apprentice because I actually purchased journeyman riding, which is a level above apprentice. So it shouldn't even be showing me that. But so like I said, I bought journeyman riding, which gives me a bonus to my riding skill. And it also gives all of my characters the riding skill starting at, you have to be out of the intro. What's it called? Novice. You have to be, you get novice or past novice, or whatever it is. So it's basically level 5. Once you get out of the intro screen zones, then my characters all have riding from the beginning. So that's how you get the writing skill. So someone says there's a place that seems to respond to an envelope every time after you pick the envelope up. The envelopes seem to have like the same respawn points. They don't necessarily come up quickly. Sometimes they come bump, bump, bump. I think it's, random number generator. Because like you'll notice I picked up that envelope there and then another one came up right away. But then now we haven't seen one for a while. And same thing, like there's one that pops up on one of these posts. It's not there right now. There's that one up there, which if you're a long-legged person, you can jump, but if you're short like me, you got to run around. So it's like sticking into the post here. And you'll notice that another person's running around checking. So this is kind of a known area. There'll be sometimes one on the stairs. There's often one floating around in the air around here. There's usually, yeah, a couple floating around the boar statue. You'll notice there's another one on the ground over here by the bulletin board. We're going to snag that one. So that, yeah, there's definitely a number of places that have kind of like their spawn points for these envelopes. Oh, I have picked up quite a few. So like I said, we're looking for 6 invitations. So let's take a look at my invitations. So I have 8 of these that I've picked up. So remember, it's not a guarantee of what's going to be in there. But okay, we got 1 invitation. Cool. Invitation number 2. Oops. Invitation number 3. Number 4. Number 5. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, this time we got an unwanted message. It's an old, unwanted letter which was seemingly discarded. You can sell this item to any vendor for some coin. All right, well, we can open another envelope then. And now we have 6 envelopes, 6 invitations. So you'll notice that our existing envelope, we can't open it right now. It won't let us. But the neat thing about it is if you're still doing the festival is you can hang on to it and I can use it tomorrow or the next time I pick up this quest. Now, if I end up with any of these at the end of the festival, you can sell them for a silver 47 each, which is actually better than the unwanted message. So, you know, on the last day, if you're bored, put on some nice music and just go around picking up envelopes maybe. So, all right, he says, thank you for the invitations. That was nearly a disaster, but now we can get the word out about the festival. So we're going to finish that. So now we have done 2 festival activities. Now, I'll tell you that you can get through, especially on a Thursday, which is today, you can get through 7 activities in like 20 minutes. I'll tell you how in a minute. So this chain of generosity that we picked up from Roger there, I'll go ahead and give you a little spoiler on this one. So you pick it up from him and you go to Combe. You give her the thing in Combe and she wants you to talk to somebody else in Combe. Once you do that one, it sends you to Mickle Delving. And after Mickle Delving, it sends you to Hobbiton. After Hobbiton, it sends you to Thorin's Gate, and Thorin's Gate sends you to Thorin's Hall. Thorin's Hall sends you back to here. So you'll notice that there's like, you know, at least 7 in that chain that I just mentioned. And that in each one of those counts as a festival activity. So it resets once a week on overnight from Wednesday into Thursday. So on Thursday, you can do part of this quest and you'll have all 7. What I like to do is I'll do half of the quest or part of the quest, and then I'll switch around and, you know, get to the point where I have my 7, turn it in, switch to another character, keep working, and then I do the rest of them the next day. So basically I can stretch it out across 2 days. All right, so what else have we got going on in chat? I think there was a question about how do you earn LOTRO points? And, oh, you're eager to learn more and dive into the game. That's awesome. I'll tell you, the LOTRO community is a very helpful community. If you ever have a question about something, I mean, we're streaming on here, and all of us who stream on here are volunteers with the exception of basically 2 people. So all of us are just here because we love the game and we want to share that love of the game with other people. So yeah, you're always welcome to pop in and ask questions because that's kind of why we're here, right? So the only exceptions to that will be on Fridays at noon. Cordovan is one of the streams, and he is an SSG employee. He is the community manager, and so he's good for questions about, you know, the game in general, like things that you want to know where you want to talk to somebody from the company. And then so he's on every week on Fridays. And then Scenario, who's one of the world builders, has started streaming about once a month, and he's taking us through and showing us, like, you know, talking about different choices they made and how things kind of came together in the world and answering questions about that. So that's been kind of cool. And then every once in a while, you'll get the executive producer, Severlin. He'll come on and do some streaming, but he usually does that during Cord's stream. And then, so Cord's able to kind of help feed him questions if things scroll by so fast and he totally misses them, because that happens. I can tell you from like being on this side of it and trying to like show you things, what's going on here, and pay attention to the chit chat. Things go by and I totally miss it. And you guys are being kind of quiet. Like I can keep up mostly with this, so I can only imagine how crazy it must look for someone like, you know, Severlin trying to keep up. That's pretty crazy. So talking about earning LOTRO points in the game, there's things called deeds. And let me go ahead and pull up in the game. Here, we'll talk to Gail here in a minute. So in the game, if you go to Shift L, that's how you get this deed log to pop up. That's the default key binding. You can change that. But that I've left it at the default. And so you've got your deed log here, and each one of these tabs will show you a different area. So this is like your class, race, and epic. So this is like your class deeds. We've got our race and social deeds here. We've got epic deeds, which it's kind of a misnomer, and then reputation. So don't worry too much about those, because if you're looking for LOTRO points, let's say you want to go to Eriador, and let's say you are in the Shire, because the Shire is pretty easy to run around and do. So maybe you want to go, there's 6 different farms of the Shire that it sends you to. And once you find all 6 of those, you earn 5 LOTRO points. And you also get some virtue experience. And then there's also like sites of the Shire. So you go find like the party tree that we were just at. The Methel stage, which we're going to go to, and the quarry, which you'll find if you follow the epic storyline, and Stock Tower, which you'll find if you follow Bingo Boffin's storyline. So yeah, you'll probably find all of those, and that's another 5 LOTRO points. So these are what people are talking about, how you can find lots of LOTRO points just by going around and doing things. So each one of these probably gave me some LOTRO points, like even just Slayer deeds, like, you know, defeating 20 slugs in the Shire. That gave me 5 LOTRO points. So that's the easiest way to get LOTRO points, is going around doing things in the game that are that you'll find in your deed log. And if you haven't started a deed, it won't show you. So let's look far, far away. Like Western Gondor, I guarantee you there are deeds in Western Gondor. I have not completed any, and it looks like I don't have any. It's because I haven't started any. But if I use this handy dandy little deed tracker and we look at Gondor, for example, yeah, there's a lot of deeds. Let me get rid of the fireworks thing though. So let's go ahead and expand this, expand all. So you'll see that there are, just in Western Gondor alone, there's 35 deeds, and there's all the different LOTRO points that they give along there. So if I come down here, there's like another 25 in Central Gondor, and almost all of those are going to have LOTRO points. So there's a lot of LOTRO points out there in the world. In fact, it looks like 11,000 LOTRO points out there that I have not yet collected. If my character were to do everything there is to do in this world, I could, I could buy all sorts of things. And you could definitely afford riding at that point. All right, so we're going to talk to Gail here real quick, and we're going to give her that bracelet that the fellow back in Bree was sending along. And she says, hello there. Oh, what is this? You have something for me? How beautiful. So we finished that, and that was a festival activity. Bam, done, easy peasy. So we talked to her again, and she says, a Merry Festival to you. They say that the festival is a time for cheer and doing good deeds towards others. Would you be willing to assist me in this endeavor? Over by the inn, outside the training hall, you'll find Constable Underhill. He was kind to me when I first moved to Combe, and as repayment, I have baked him some delicious pastries. Would you take them to him? So we're going to go and deliver these pastries to Mr. Underhill, who is over here. And if you do the prologue, it might send you to him, so you may have met him from that. He's this hobbit over here. So he says, good day to you. Oh, something smells delicious. Working always makes me so hungry. And so we give him the pastries, and he says, oh, this is delicious. Oh, that hit the spot. Thank you for the wonderful meal. Now he does a little, emote there. So the funny thing is, if you stand around somewhere long enough, other people will come along, and you can just watch him like eat pastries all day long. But we're going to go ahead and pick up the next thing from him as well. And he says, oh, how I miss my friends in the Shire. I just recently purchased this wooden carving, which reminds me of my friend Esmeralda Burrows in Mickle Delving. Esmeralda always loved wooden carvings like this one. Maybe you could bring this one to her. I'm sure it would bring a smile to her face. Could you let her know that I sent this and that I wish her well? If you are looking for her, she is often found relaxing at the Bird and Baby Inn. So we'll go ahead and accept that quest. And I'm going to take a drink of water. Let's see, I think I did fall back. Let me look through the chat here real quick. Let's see, we talked about mounts. We talked about the envelope responding. We talked about LOTRO points. Awesome. Mirnerel. That sounds very elvish. You've been enjoying LOTRO for years. That is awesome. That's very cool. And I love the anniversary gifts. I love how they give you something every year. That's really cool. Yep, you can earn points, and they do add up fast if you go around and do, if you're active with things. We're both love the game and addicted to the game, and then yeah, that's true. If you play the game through with your character, and then you're like, wow, this is so much fun. I want to play this with another character. I want to try a Bjorning. I want to try, an elf. I want to try a Hobbit. You can just keep creating more and more characters until you run out of character spaces. Now I think with a free to play account, I think you only get 2 spaces. So there's that. You can always delete a character. I can never delete a character. Once I've created a character, I don't know. But you can buy more slots. So that's the answer to that one. And you asked about the plugin. And we got the answer that was the Deed Tracker plugin. Awesome. Yes, and as mentioned, it's at LOTRO interface, and it's also on the plugin compendium. So it is in the plugin compendium also. Which is great. So cool, because I really like the plugin compendium. And for if you're not familiar with it, it's a separate little thing that you can get, and it basically manages your plugins for you outside of the game. And so you can just pull it up, and if you're like, oh, let me see, do any of my plugins need to be updated? Oh, sure. You just click it and hit update, and it goes through and it updates the files for you. So then when you log into the game, everything's good to go. Or if you're looking for something, you can just go into the plugin compendium and be like, let me see this. And, are there anything called writing? Oh, okay, yeah. Or pets, or, deeds. Oh, okay, you just type that in there, and it shows you what plugins are in the plugin compendium that you can then pull up. So now if you go to LOTRO interface, you can do a full search on every plugin that's listed out there. The compendium is a little bit of a subset. It's kind of more of the I kind of want to say the more trusted ones, like the ones where they're not worried about it doing something bad to your computer. But the plugins are a separate thing. They are not part of LOTRO. They are not like sponsored or anything by LOTRO. So, do recognize that it is somebody else's time and hard work that you are then, taking advantage of. And so that's why I usually go to the compendium, because I have not run across anything in the compendium that has done anything bad to my computer. So, because if somebody's going to put in that much time and effort to create a plugin, they probably love this game, and they probably made it because they want to make their lives easier, and they might as well share it with everybody else. Okay, so let's see. What have we were picking up letters. We did that. Is it daytime? It's not daytime yet. It's coming up on dawn. We do need to visit the site of the Bree racetrack if we want to finish that. If we want to continue that hey, go talk to everybody quest. Sure, let's go do that. So we'll just ride back to Bree. Whee! I feel like I need a different amount. Oh, we should go by the festival barterer and look at their stuff. They're right inside the gate, so that'll work. So let's see what else we got. Moobot, thank you for hitting plugins there. Making the Moobot talk to us. Yeah, let's see. So some recommended by the stream team. Oh, you know what? You should add, yeah. Oh, you already did add. Wait, did you add this one? Did you add Deed Tracker to? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, travel window I use all the time. Speaking of the ones that are listed there, here's my little, let me tell you about my plugins that I use. Oh my gosh, I have drunk the Kool-Aid of plugin awesomeness. Let me tell you. So here, I'll just pull over to the side for a second. So I use the travel window. I put all of my travel skills into there and I have them ordered just the way I want them. And I love it because I don't have to put them on my bars. Now, I do put my most used ones on the bars, like go to Bree. I mean, I'm going to Bree constantly. I could actually take personal housing off there because I usually just come to here to do it anyway. I've got my milestones set there. So, so fabulous. I love the travel window. In fact, when it was missing, like my computer, my game loaded weird and it unloaded all my plugins the other day, and I was like, "Where's my travel window?" That was like the first one I noticed that was missing. And especially if you're a hunter, where you've got that laundry list of travel skills, which I love. My travel window, like I kind of scooch it out here, and it's like this big. Well, actually, I usually keep it at the 5 or the 6 wide, and then it's just filled up with all those travel skills. I love it. I love it. Because I tell you, the days of hunters, I mean, there's still people who, as a hunter, will just fill up their bars here. And I get it. So, love the travel window. One of my favorites. Kiki inventory, I haven't delved into as much because I've been using alt inventory. But I think I could probably switch over. I think they're both very good products, and I just happen to know alt inventory already. Oh my gosh, that's delightful. Okay, so what's going on here is you can get let me walk slower. You can get these usable torches now. It's a festival item that you can buy. It's a consumable, and he's following the town guard who has a torch as well. It's like they're on rounds together. That is delightful. Well played. Well played. That's one of the reasons why I love this server. People will do things like that. Let's see. Torch Brigade. Yes. So let's see. Buff bars. I haven't used Titan bar. Titan bar is up here, and I've got all sorts of goodies going on here. As you noticed, I checked the time. That's the time in the game. So, oh my gosh, really love Titan bar. That was the second one I noticed that was missing. Sequence bars, Mr. Buff, Virtue View. I don't know Virtue View at all. Combat analysis I don't really use because I don't do a lot of raiding, but I've seen how that is very useful to people. Daily tasks I really got into for a while. I haven't been using it lately because I haven't gotten consistent in managing all my characters across all the servers. I play on 4 different servers, and I have multiple characters on every server, so it's a little chaotic. And I don't really have a process, and so daily tasks wasn't actually helping me with that. But maybe I just need to wipe out my daily tasks and start over. Maybe that would be better. So yeah, if you're ever having problems with LOTRO, try disabling your plugins, see if that makes a difference, and then check it out from there. So you also use alt inventory. Yeah, people really like Kiki inventory. I know Fibro Jedi really likes it, and and they are in LOTRO doing a lot of stuff, so obviously they know well. Yeah, okay. So for those of you who don't know, a lot of times during the festivals, not the anniversary festival, but most of the other festivals though, the Ale Association and the In League are both active. The In League is a Hobbit sponsored group, and the Ale Association is a Dwarven group. And this is all in game, like it's LOTRO, it's NPCs. And so you go and you can join one or the other. You can be in both, but they have their own reputation and all sorts of stuff going on. So there's a travel run that you can do where they're like, there's, I don't know, like 12 different people that are part of the In League, and they're dispersed around various places in Eriador, and they want you to bring them an In League beer. And so you go and you pick it up from various places. Like this one wants the swill from the Forsaken Inn, and this one wants something from the Prancing Pony. And so you got to go pick up all these drinks, and then you got to go deliver them. And yes, using a hunter to zip your way around is a good way to do that. We were doing that one day during the last festival, and yeah, hunter travel is the way to go. So okay, so there are 2 barterers, I'm pretty sure. I was reviewing this earlier because the first couple days of any festival when it starts up again, I'm like, okay, now where was this again? Now is this one with that or is that one? Like they start to blend together sometimes for me. So I'm pretty sure there's only 2 barterers in this festival. So we've got our Keeper of Gifts, and she has, as I mentioned before, remember those firework recipes I was talking about? That's what I'm talking about here. So your scholar, which I am, I could, come and buy these recipes. Now, these cost steel tokens that we were talking about before. So if you go off and, pew pew things, you might end up with some steel tokens in your inventory, and this is one of the ways that you can spend them. So she's got, let's do anniversary gifts. Oh, you can buy gift boxes. Those are then tradable to other people. So this is a way to, if maybe somebody on another account wants to give you something like, or maybe they've been grinding and you're like, oh, I totally missed it. You can go and buy them a box and give it to them. Cosmetics. We've got the simple carrying torches. So that is a new thing. You buy 5 of them. You can get 5 of those for 10 steel tokens. And I think you can get them from the other barterer for regular tokens as well. And then we've got a bunch of cosmetics here. I'm a big fan of the circlets of the head items. Ooh, that's nice. That turquoise summer circlet. So I'll make my list to figure out what it is I need to own. Oh my goodness, there's some bright stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of cute stuff here. Some things are very similar. Like this was similar. This is similar to what came in a box during the Yule Festival. I'll have to see if I already have it then. So anyway, oops, I closed the wrong window. So anyway, she's got a bunch of stuff that you can get. She's got 3 pages of things here, including some quivers. These are all cosmetic, though. These don't affect your, your pew-pew abilities. More cosmetics. And then a lot of these folks, you can do exchanges. So you can buy a box of festival tokens and inside, for X amount of this token, and then you can swap it out for one of the other festival tokens. And there's an exchange list. Actually, it's online if you want to know ahead of time what you're getting yourself into. So the other thing is the Master of Games, Games Master. There's this guy here. There's one in Thorin's Hall. Or Thorin's Hall Inn, inside where the hitting thing happens. So this is where you're going to turn in your anniversary tokens. So this year there's a steed. There's always a new steed, and this year it's the Steed of Remembrance. It's a bright blue outfit on a kind of a dusky, dark colored horse, and then we've got the war steed versions that you can put on there. There's the Tome of the Cozy Gray Cat. It's really cute, little poofy thing. He's been enjoying the meals, let me tell you. So here's the finely wrought carrying torches. So there's the 2 kinds. There's the simple ones and then the finely wrought ones. So those are new this year. And when you buy it, you get 5, and it's a consumable. And then once you've done, I think it's 150 of them, then you get a permanent skill. So the people are pretty excited about that. Yeah, they've been wanting torches for quite a while. Let's see. Oh, okay. Talking about the Virtue View plugin, that it might be before they redid the virtues. You used to have to do very specific quests or deeds in order to get virtues, and now they've redone it so that you have this virtue panel. And I'll show you. So it's in your, you go to your Gandalf, and then oops, not that one, it's the 3rd one down. So you've got all these different virtues now, and you pick one that you're earning on. So like I'm earning on this one right now. And let me show you what I have on. So right now I get, I don't have charity traded, placed. So I have these 5 here that are active. And so like fidelity, let's look at that one. So right now I'm getting plus 176 tactical mitigation, plus 8 vitality, plus 99 physical mitigation, and then I get a passive bonus of plus 24 maximum morale. And then as fidelity goes up in numbers, you'll see it says rank 10. So as it goes up, those numbers go up as well. Now, something like charity here, which I don't have slotted, but see how it says passive bonus plus 19 maximum morale? I still get that. So as charity goes up, if I were, putting virtue points into that, those numbers would go up, and so that passive bonus would go up. So what I try to do is I try to get at least some points in everything, so I get the passive bonuses from everything, and then I work on getting those up to max that I actually am using. So that's a different style than what they used to have for the traits, or yeah, for the virtues. So it's possible that that plugin was from before that. So the beer runs are a great way to get festival tokens, says somebody. Yep. Yeah, Elda is big on that one. I have not been doing that. I end up spending my time doing other things at the festival instead of doing too many of the runs. But sometimes what I'll do is I'll like get the quick and easy ones, because like Rimbarg, hunters have a travel to Rimbarg. That is your Misty Mountains travel. So, you know, and the guy is just standing right there. So stock up on that one and just go see him every day. Oh, right. And yes, the NPC at the festival tree. So there's a woman, oh, I forgot her name, but yes, there's an NPC at the festival tree. She's there year round. So you can always exchange your tokens with her, you know, from one festival for another festival. So yes, 150 for each of the torches if you want to get the permanent skill. So yeah, there we go. Okay, so this year's new armor is the ceremonial armor of remembrance. I want to look upon that upon my body. There we go. So that's cute. I like how it's got the tree of Gondor there. And then if we wanted to have fancy shoulders, they would look like that. And if we wanted to put the cloak on with it that matches, it would look like that. And then I know I was playing with this yesterday, that if you just color, like you can dye it different colors. So that's kind of interesting. Black is kind of striking. Let's see what else we got. Like a burgundy. Yeah, burgundy's a little. Let's find something really, really bright. Okay, yellow. How about rose? Rose is always fun to play with. So that's interesting, isn't it? All right, so so that's this year's look, and let's see what else we got. Ceremonial greaves. Blah, blah, blah. I wanted to show you the unflagging dragon, because that one I like quite a lot. So this is the helm. These are the shoulders, the pauldrons, the breastplate, the gloves, the boots. Not that hobbits wear boots, but there you are. And then the cloak. So this is the unflagging dragon outfit. I mean, check that out, right? I mean, that is pretty striking. So what I've done is over on Anor, I try to dye everything orange over there. And so I did, oh, I don't think it was sunset orange, but that's a nice one. And let me do the back. Different, the shoulder, no, the back. I think I did it, wait, let me see, hang on. There, orange. Yeah, so I think I may have done it that orange, because it comes off kind of like a slightly rust-ish color. Let me do the shoulders too. So I did it all in orange, and I was actually really pleased with how it came out. Yeah, I didn't do it in sunset orange. I did it in regular orange. Orange, orange, orange. There we go. Check that out. Like, that is not bad. Like, we're playing with, like, fire is what it reminds me of, right? It's like, you know. Oh, I guess we could do the head. I don't usually wear the headpiece, though. I usually end up doing other things with the characters' hair and stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I like the circlets, because then you can still see their face and their hair. But yeah, there's your unflagging dragon. I really like that set. I don't know. There's just something about that set that appeals to me. So there it is with the orange. Let's see what else is there. So there's some cloaks, bunch of cloaks you can get. Oh, the fiddles. There's the bardic fiddle and the traveler's trusty fiddle. So I try to make sure I get all the instruments, like one of each on each server, which with 4 servers, it takes a little bit of time. So this is cute, the Spark Makers pack. And then there's a teal version. Maybe I've already scrolled by it. But you can dye it too, I'm pretty sure, right? I think this one dyes up. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, it dyes up. Okay, so the fireworks themselves stay that color. Let's see, like I don't know, a forest green or oh, we need something lighter. Shire peach. All right, so you can kind of see it. So you can see the backpack there. But yeah, there's a teal one that's really cute. I mean, I just walked right by it. Let's see what's going on in the chat there. Hello, nearly everyone. Hi, Skybird UK. Are you in the UK? That'd be my guess. So here's a wacky little thing that some people like. It's so silly. Is these, they like to look like a cake or to look like they are a present. So you can get this and it makes you look like you're a present. I haven't found that I need to have that, but it's an interesting thing. I just, like, okay, if it makes people happy. So every so often you'll see people run around with that silliness on. Oh, there's, okay, that's the finely wrought. That we already saw that. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, the eagle fireworks. I have to get that. And I really have to get that on every character. And it's 40, but it's a permanent skill. So, and it launches that firework and it goes off and then it comes back through and it looks like, and it goes, whoosh. Oh, it's perfect. Now there's these maps. So if you are doing the map collection, they are, you collect one of each. There's two different kinds. There's the maps of Eriador and then there's the maps of Moria. So when you first pick up a map, it'll start a new deed for you. And I think I've already done it. Let's see what it'd be under. Probably race and social. And yeah, so cartographile. So I have put into my possession at some point, like all you have to do is hold it and then you can like give it back or whatever. So, so I have touched all of these maps, which you only can get some of them in each of the festivals, you see. So that's why it's important to check each time. And then the Moria ones you can only get during this festival. So you have to touch each one of those maps, and then it gives you a deed with some LOTRO points and all sorts of good stuff. So, so that's why these maps are here, and they're worth getting if you haven't started that one. And what else is there? Some more, some yard items and some other housing items. And then some more horse stuff. I think, so it kind of, sometimes it repeats because it's got the category and then it gives you the other category. Oh, and then we've got the Tome of the Cozy Gray Cat. We talked about that already. And then some other cosmetic pets. Kites are technically cosmetic pets, but even though I think they should be a separate category, but they fall into the sea pet, umbrella. The golden dragon kite is really pretty. And the silver dragon kite is also very pretty. So those are worth getting. If you're looking at maybe getting a kite, I would go with those kites. So I am kind of wondering, where is cosmetic rewards older, probably is what I'm looking for. I do appreciate that they kind of sift things into separate categories. Oh, it was right there. Go back. I know, I'm like totally distracted. Here's the teal version. So you notice that the fireworks are a different color. The pack you can still dye whatever color, I'm pretty sure, but it's the fireworks that change between the teal one and the other one. So yeah, so we can change the backpack color. Aren't those cute, those little fireworks? So you've got that one, and then where were the other fireworks? Well, you already saw them, but they're the red ones. So you've got some options, which is nice. So that's this Games Master, and like I said, there's one up in Thorin's as well. So, oh, somebody says they like the maps in the background. Thank you. Yeah, I know, right? We wish I would. Oh my gosh, there's so many things in LOTRO where I'm like, this should be on a poster. This is beautiful. So yeah, there's so many times when I would love to have the artwork of the game and in big frame posters. But yeah, these are the maps from in the game. So, maybe not that one, but, and this is before they changed the maps because they did some map updates, as you may know. But yeah, we printed out all of these and got them on some nice card stock and put them around the wall in the order. So the maps you're actually seeing behind me are like out in this area. And actually out in this area is where we're getting to down here because, we've got the Cape of Belfast over here. Yes, it's very wet behind my head. So unfortunately, yeah, SSG, as far as we've heard, is they don't do merchandise licensing, because there's so many moving parts with that in terms of who could do and how to get, and this person's got to talk to that person's legal, and that person's legal has got to talk to that person's legal, and it just sounds chaotic. So they haven't been able to make it happen, I guess. So we print our own, and yeah. And then when I'm kind of lost, I'm like, where in the world are we? Then we just go to the wall. Makes it, yeah, that helps me as well. So, and actually it got to the point, and I must warn you, if you decide to go down this route, it took up a lot of space. So so you can find a lot of these maps also on the LOTRO wiki. Again, not an official LOTRO thing, but put together by fans, and it's a great resource. So they've taken the maps from in the game, and they're out on the wiki, and so that makes it easy to get the files. This takes up our entire wall here, and we actually have one on the ceiling. There are maps that are kind of the region, like the higher level ones I was showing you. So those are on another wall over there, and to the point where Eriador is, well, not this Eriador, but we have like basically all of that level, but Eriador maps are in another room. So it will take a little bit of your wall space. But if you're looking for something fun and creative to put on your wall, their artwork is worth it. So there you go. So this is the steed for this year. So it's a very vibrant blue there. I'm sure there are people who will be very, very happy with that, particularly one of our Friday streamers. But yeah, so that's the new horse, the new steed for this year. And so if you're a hobbit or a dwarf, you'll get a pony version. And if you're an elf or a human or a Bjorning, you'll get the horse version. So, and then you can see like the animals from the steeds from previous years, and you can buy these with mithril coins from I think the fellow there. So if you're like, oh no, from this guy right here, he will sell you anniversary horses. So he'll have the first one, the current one for for anniversary tokens, for the current festival tokens, and then you could buy usually last year's also for the same. And then after that, they generally tend to convert over to the mithril coins. So if you want any of the other ones, you can get it from him, but it'll cost you mithril coins, which you can buy with LOTRO points. I'm cheap, and so I don't do that always. But there's some that I'm like, oh, I might have to splurge for that. So this is the steed of the unflagging dragon. But if I had my outfit all done up in orange, I probably wouldn't, it wouldn't match. So I don't know. But it's cool. I like looking at this stuff. That goat is striking. Windfell's goat. That's pretty. I like that one. Look at that little, very, very comfortable looking outfit on this horse here. The steed of the woodland realm. This one's nice. I like the golds and the, do I have that? The anniversary steed? No, I don't know. And then here you go. If you get those packs, you can get the fireworks laden steed to match. So, all right. So we're going to scoot on out of here. Where were we going to go? Oh, we were going to go to the horse races. Let's see. So you love the blue. You need to get yours before the weekend. I forgot. The blue steed. Yes. Yeah. Because you have a lot of good outfits. That's true. So I don't really like this bright blues. It's not quite my thing recently. So I'm hesitant I haven't been I'm not rushing to get the steed, but I'll get it before the end of the festival. Although, to be fair, this is not the right steed for this outfit either. So, who am I to speak? Oh, I should have just done this while I was the prancing pony. So there's a travel to the Bree festival grounds by the prancing pony. I should have just taken that one. If you go to Becka Burdock over at the party tree, she's the one that you can exchange your tokens for. So you trade in tokens from whatever festival you want to trade in, and then you get a box. And when you open the box, you choose which one you want. So it would be like 6 spring leaves, 3 midsummer tokens, 10 spring leaves, or 5 midsummer, whatever. It would be, so you lose some tokens in the exchange ish. So just be prepared for that. But if you have like a gazillion tokens from something because you were like grinding it out and you have everything you want, and there's another festival, you're like, I'm just not going to get there. I really want these things. That's a good way to do it. Okay, so we left Bree, we took the festival horse, and that took us up here to the festival grounds. And if we go to the outside of the festival grounds, that's where you find the horse racing for Bree. There's 2 horse racing areas, one in Bree and one in the Shire. This is the one for Bree. So part of this, go see all the sights, the anniversary event quest. She says, well, greetings to you. Would you like to try your skill at racing? Come back every day to race and you will not be sorry. And I am believing that this counts as a festival event now. Like it'll increment me from 4 out of 7 to 5 out of 7. So we're gonna try it. And we're gonna hope that we succeed. Honey goat is the best one. The honey goat is so cute though, right? It's like so adorable. I just don't have the right outfit for it. And I kind of switched into this outfit on purpose. So I think I want to match the mount to my outfit right now. And then we'll match the outfit to the mount in the future. I think I was wearing like some golds and missed my jump. During the last festival that matched the mount a little bit better. When we were doing Bee's Big Business. Well, this is sad. I'm like super slowed. Unfortunately, my journeyman riding doesn't help me here. Oh my goodness, we are terrible today. I don't know. It's not looking good for the home team. Oh, it doesn't help when I stop moving either. Well, I'm sorry, you probably aren't going to get to see me increment that number. No, I lost. Oh, well. That was worth a try. I can try again in like an hour. She's got a timer, but... Oh, in 5 minutes. I could try again in 5 minutes. Man, she feels sorry for me. So now this is the Bree-land Festival grounds. There's not a lot going on right now because in this space. But funny thing is that the pie guy is still here. So sometimes there's pie eating contests going on here. Let's see if he has anything to say. What if I only have a couple pies, far too few for hungry mouths. I'm sorry to say no contest today. But sometimes you pop out here and there will be a pie eating contest. So that's kind of fun. Even though the other festival stuff's not happening around there. All right, let me look at my agenda and see. Oh, I wanted to go to the Methel stage. I wanted to show you that one. So let's go.
What can I do for you?
What's going to be the easiest way to do this? I want to go to the party tree. None of you are going to take me to the party tree. We'll just go home. That'll be the fastest way. We'll go home, get to the far-ranging stable master. Do it that way. I know it seems kind of silly, but it makes sense to me. All right. Doop-a-doop-doo. I live in the Shire, of course. All right, so here's our far-ranging stable master. You might remember him from the beginning of the stream.
What can I do for you?
He's still there. They did this cool thing on one of the updates where the stable masters' outfits change. So it's not always, they don't always look the same, and their hair is different sometimes. Like, it's a random sort within a subset. It's kind of cool. And it's interesting because we discovered that you don't necessarily see the same thing that other people are seeing. So that is kind of wild. That is I feel like that's a lot of work to do that, but it's neat that it's an interesting and it's a cool little touch. Okay, so the party tree, go. And also the stable masters now are sometimes male, sometimes female. Like there's some changes that can happen there too, I like that. So, all right, we went to the party tree because I want to go to the Methel stage. Or Metal. So we're going to go south. South to the stage. Bum, ba, da, bum. Zoom, zoom, zoom. there's a method to my madness here. There's a reason I bought those fireworks. Not just for the deed. I mean, yes, for the deed. Oh, so when we are part of that gift chain, it's we're going to bring a thing back here to Dudo Chub. Oh, I guess we could have gone through Mickle Delving and taken that wood carving to Esmeralda Burrows. So I love the Bingo Boffin quest line. I know there's some people that are like, ah, but I think it's really cute. And I really enjoy it. And I was actually quite sad when I got to the end of it. I kind of put off ending it because I didn't want it to end. So some of the voices in there like stick with me. I think I'm going the wrong way. I think I went one too far. I did. One road too far. And so when Bingo, I mean, it's a little spoiler, I suppose, from in the early part though, when Bingo is working on leaving, and you take some apples over because he gets some apples for his travels, and he doesn't like apples, so he's like, go take these to the bird and baby and let other people have them. So you take the apples over there, and Esmeralda Burrows is standing there, and she's like, what is going on? So I always remember her voice from that. So when I take the statue to her, I'm always like, at the carving, I'm like, what is going on? Okay, so the anniversary event. So he says, welcome, welcome. If you are a fan of fireworks, then you have come to the right place. This stage is home to the Shire's annual fireworks event, and no one does it better than we do. Gandalf the Grey has been kind enough to provide us with enough fireworks to have a particular show this year, but we need fireworks to help us set off all of the launchers. Feel free to come celebrate with us as much as you would like. A new show starts every few minutes. So this is actually a really hard event to do. So what you have to do is you pick up the quest from him, and then when it starts, you have to light fireworks, and they all have like a cooldown. So you can't just light the same one over and over and over again. You have to kind of cycle from one to another. That is in itself is not too hard, but you need basically at least 3 people in order to succeed, because you have to light enough fireworks in the short amount of time for it to count. Otherwise you fail the event and then you have to try it again later. So I find that one really hard. So I think I'll probably like gather some people and we'll do that someday. So you're talking about Thorin's Hall Homestead. Oh, that's true. Thorin's Hall homesteads are really impressive because I don't know if you haven't been out there. There's 4 different types of housing, and I love the housing, so I'm like all over this. And so we were just in the Shire the Shire housing. Thorin's Hall's homestead housing is basically like you go in to the mountain, and it's like an area that's carved out inside, and so you have these houses that are carved in, and then you like it's these big, impressive, like majestic carvings, and it's all like inside the mountain, inside the rock. It is really impressive. I don't have a house in there now. So here's the deal: is you can only have one standard house per server. So like for your account. So all of your characters share that same house. And so on something like this, on Laurelin, where I'm on a role-playing server, I kind of have to decide, whose house are all of my characters coming and going from. So I have 3 characters on here, and 2 of them are hobbits and 1 is an elf. So it was a hobbit, a human, and an elf. And my human, I did a race change a couple weeks ago. On here, you can see the video. So it's easier for me, and I like it better. I'm really happy actually having my hobbit hole. So now I've got, everybody comes and goes from the hobbit hole. And my hobbits are the ones I play the most, more than the elf these days. So that it works well. Now on the servers where I'm doing less role playing, it varies. Like on Evernight, the kinship that I'm in, a bunch of us, we met on the Bombadil server, which was a tournament server that happened over the summer last year in 2020. And so a bunch of us met there and joined up into a kinship together. And because it was a 1-month server, so we were all brand new. And in order to have a kin house, your kinship has to be at least 3 months old. Now, because every character that was there was brand new, there was nothing that was 3 months old on that server. So we couldn't have a kin house. So what we did instead, because a lot of times, especially with that one, because we were all trying to work together to help each other out with like gear and and things that would help us in like doing these raids and these instances that we were doing that we were trying to accomplish for the deeds. And we would share materials with each other. And so like when you're out in the world, like you pick up things like I picked up some honey and I've picked up some hide and I've picked up some some scarn. Well, I can't use all of that. I'm a scholar. I can't even smelt that stuff, right? I can turn it into stuff, but I can't use the raw materials. And I can farm, so I can get stuff for cooks to make, but I can't make it, right? And I'm a scholar, so I can make battle scrolls and that sort of thing. So in order for all of us to share the materials that we had, one of the person who was in charge of our kin went and bought a house in Bree, just a standard house, and she opened up the vault for her chest in there, and we can all put stuff in there. Well, that quickly filled up. So then I went and bought a house really close by, and then my sweetie went and bought another house really close by, and we opened up those chests. And so then we had 3 houses, and we were like, okay, we'll put all the stuff in this house and this kind of stuff in this house and that kind of stuff in that house. Well, and then it just exploded from there. It was amazing. So our entire like every house in that neighborhood, except for the kin houses, because nobody could buy a kin house, was purchased by somebody in the kinship. And we had a map, and it was like, okay, consumable, the foods are here, and the raw materials for this are here, and these made goods are over here, and like we had a map and we put it up online so we all could look at it, and it was so much fun. So after that event was over, some of us went to Evernight, and we did kind of a similar sort of thing, but it's different when you're back in live, because on a live server, because there's you want to do festivals, so we all kind of dispersed a little bit, but we did end up buying out quite a bit of a neighborhood. And so and we had just loved the Bree feeling that we had, so we went ahead and got a Bree neighborhood for that group as well. And Bree is actually quite convenient, like from a location perspective too, so that one's nice. I've had an elven house, and I do have an elven house on Anor. And my characters there are elf and high elf, so it kind of makes sense. And those houses, I love the aesthetic of them. They're just these big sweeping arches, and very flowing kind of look to it, and very high and elevated, and it feels very elven, and I really love that. Dwarven and Hobbit dwellings are short-staffed. Because that's where the short people go. I tell you, it's really funny when I have a tall character go into my Hobbit hole, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like my ceiling's right by my head. I mean, I know it's not, but it feels like it. Okay, so anyway, so yes, I love the housing. So that's the standard housing. And if there's anybody here, if I'm preaching to the choir already, I totally would not be surprised. But if there's anybody here who's not really delved into housing, so let me just let you know about, there's one other thing. So you've got your standard housing, which is one of those 4. So you can have, an elven housing, you can have a dwarven house, or a Bree house, or a Shire house. So that's the standard housing, and you can buy one of those per server. Then, though, there's premium housing, and you can buy these for Mithra coins, or you can buy writs with LOTRO points. So you can use that to purchase a premium house, and you can have as many of those as you want. And there's basically 2 different kinds. There's the one that came out first, which is the Belfalas housing, and that's that's the Gondorian housing. So it's a lot of marble, very stately kind of look. It's a little, to me, it's a little cold because of the marble and stuff. And you can decorate it, and you can change the floor, and you can change the walls and stuff like that. But the way it's done, it's almost like Roman columns. It's not exactly that, but it kind of has that feeling, right? So it feels very open and cavernous. And I haven't quite been able to decorate it in a way, because I do have one on another server, that I haven't quite figured out how to decorate it in a way that makes it feel comfortable and cozy. But I'm getting there. Now, one thing they do have that I find really cool is one of the indoor rooms is technically an outdoor space. So any of the housing items that you get that are outdoor only, you can put in that space. And I'm like, that is really cool. So I've got some fun stuff in there. Maybe we'll take a look at that one time. So then the other thing though, and this is new, this came out in the last year, is Rohan. So they added Rohirric housing, and it is in Rohan. And there's two different kinds you can get. So there's the one that's on the meadows. So it's like these kind of wide sweeping looking areas, and you can almost see the entire neighborhood from some places. And then there's the area that's in like the foothills and the wooded area and kind of mountainous. And it has just a real rustic feeling to it. And the houses, you could see that they took what they had learned from Belfalas and just really amped it up with the Rohan housing. And I'm really in love with that. So I have, I have a Rohan house, I think, on every server now. And I've considered getting two. One of the cool things you can get with the Rohan houses is, first of all, they're big, but they still feel cozy, right? They don't feel overwhelming like the Belfalas ones do, which is interesting. And there's one that's always, every neighborhood has one mead hall. And you would think it's a kin house, but it's not. It can be owned by anybody. But they created this feature where you can travel to a kin member's house. So there's a button, and it looks like that one right there, that kind of whitish with the black silhouette. And you go to your kin panel and you pick a person. You can travel to a house. Here, I'll go to my housing panel. I'll show you. So I have put a star next to my house in the Shire. And so if anybody in my kinship clicks that button and chooses me, sorry, you have to do it the way around, chooses me and then clicks the button for me visit, they would go to my house. So it's like you could do that with like your Rohan house, with your mead hall. And so you can set that as a great place for your kinship to kind of gather and stuff. So that's really cool. You love your Rohan house. I know, right? They're just, I'm still just super, I'm beyond words. There we go. All right, so we're going to talk to Gandalf. This is the whole reason we came here. I meant to come here. Like, we've been trying to get here for like an hour, right? So, yes, I am very much like, ooh, squirrel. That's why I'm really glad I have a 2-hour slot and not a 1-hour slot. You were smart to get me to do 2 hours stuff. Anyway, okay, so we're going to talk to Gandalf here, and he gives us this deed called Fireworks, or this quest, Fireworks Exploration. He says, greetings, have you come to see the fireworks on display? Viewing fireworks may evoke different emotions and memories depending on the fireworks' characteristics and its surroundings. For example, observing blue fireworks in Bree will offer a much different sensation than green fireworks in Rivendell. Are you interested in observing this curiosity for yourself? If so, I recommend setting off fireworks in various locations during your travels. I only ask that you return to me once you have experienced the marvelous beauty of fireworks throughout Middle-earth. I would hear the tale of your experiences. So once you do all of these things, then he's going to give you 1 anniversary token, but you get this cute title called Firecracker. So I like that. And so you want to launch a blue firework in Bree, red in Freren's Court up in Eriador, a green one at the last homely house, and etc. So that was one of the reasons why I went ahead and bought the fireworks, because over time I'm going to do those in conjunction with the other stuff that I'm doing, with probably the scavenger hunt stuff. So did I not accept this? Let's accept it. There we go. Maybe I walked away too fast. So remember when I was talking earlier about how we bought the fireworks? So this person is selling the elf fireworks as well as all those others that we bought. And then you'll ever guess who else we got here? We have a Hobbit. And she is selling the Hobbit fireworks. Hi. So there you go. So there's all your fireworks vendors in case you're looking for those specific ones. But if you are active during this festival, you get that box that we opened that has the fireworks of the different kinds. And so you can use that. You don't need to buy them from these folks. You just keep those. And then during I think it's the Farmers Fair, Summer Festival, there's a quest where you use one of each of those fireworks. No, sorry, you don't use it. You hand them in to this guy, and he gives you like this multicolored one. It's pretty neat. So, yeah, so you can buy the premium houses near task boards and near the VIP near Wenda. So, but the neighborhoods, and I think that's another thing I think about the Belfast house. It's big, or the neighborhoods are big. And Rohan, they made them smaller, and I think that was the smart move. So I wanted to show you Thorin's, but first I want to go to Mickle Delving. So let's go. Well, heck, can I just bop over there? Yeah, let me just bop over there. I know it's so far, but we're just gonna do that. I really, really need to get a different mount, don't I? That gold, honey, and blue and green of my dress they don't match. I'm telling you. Why am I here? Oh, we're going to Burden Baby Inn. She's gonna say, "What is going on?" All right, she's not gonna say that. She said it before though. If you're looking for the Bounder's Bounty, is one of the things that you need to find. It is truly a great monument. This is what you're looking for. So that was this is one of the year one. That's the year one Eriador travels. So I have to get to High King's Crossing and Falconer's Tower, which we're probably not gonna do that today. That sounds far. We're just a little hobbit. We don't go that far. All right, so hi, here she is.
How do you do?
Constable Underhill sent you. It's been ages since. Oh, is that a carving for me? What a funny scroll carving. Oh, this makes me so happy. What a lovely gift. I'm so happy I could dance. But she doesn't. She just keeps it inside, you know. She says, "It's good that you are here. I have a small errand that needs doing. Do you know my friend Dudo Chubb? He works in Bywater, doing odd jobs in carpentry. He was complaining that his tools were not fit for use, so I want him to have a new hammer as a festival gift. The best gift is a practical gift, I always say. Would you mind paying him a visit and bringing him this new hammer? I'm sure he will be surprised." Why, sure. Oh, and at the apples there? Yeah, see, those are the apples that we delivered with the bingo quest. All right, so we're gonna follow that human. Oh, maybe not exactly. So we're gonna go ahead and take the stable master, I think, back, because we're going back to Hobbiton, because that's where he's at by that task board. I mentioned that earlier. Yep. All right, so if you have any anniversary festival questions, let me know. This would be a great chance to ask them, because I'm going to be writing. So one cool thing is on the anniversary festival that you every year you get a new box with cool stuff in it. And so each year that if you log in during the festival, or actually you don't even have to log in during the festival. You can log in anytime between now and like April 1st, I think. As long as you do at least once on your account somewhere, you will get your box for that year. And each one of your characters will get the box the next time they log in. But you only have to log in with one on your account in order for it to increment. So, you know, if you had a character you didn't log in with for 3 years, but somebody on your account was logged in each year, it'd be, your character would log in and get 4 festival boxes in a row. It'd be pretty funny. So yes, so it is the 14th anniversary. It is time to celebrate the game's anniversary with new rewards. Vibro Jedi's Guide has been updated. D&Co de Mieux has the new housing rewards. So there's a bunch of housing stuff, and they are a great website for looking at LOTRO housing items, and so they've gone ahead and done that. Tomorrow, Friday, here on the LOTRO Twitch stream, we are going to be doing a marathon of streaming starting at, what time, Elda? At 8 or 9 in the morning Eastern time, going until 10 or 11 at night. Yeah, super long stream tomorrow. Oh, good. There'll be a calendar. Oh, that's with our regular LOTRO stream probably, though. So anyway, it's going to be all day tomorrow, early in the morning to late at night. And there's going to be giveaways every hour. There's going to be giveaways, things like LOTRO points and or steeds, or maybe a cosmetic pet, or maybe a title. So there'll be raffles being run throughout the day, every hour, each streamer is going to have giveaways happening. I will be streaming tomorrow. Let's see. So Cordovan is on at noon Eastern time. So I'm in the 2 hours before that. So I'll be from 10 to 12 Eastern time tomorrow. I'll be streaming, and we'll be doing more, anniversary running around and stuff. Yeah, points, steeds, titles, and some big ones like what, trolls? Can we give away the trolls? So this is Dudo Chubb, as we mentioned, and he is the one who we're giving a hammer to. And he's like, what a great surprise this is. A craftsman is only as good as his tools, they say. So he says, you say Esmeralda sent you? Oh my, what a fine hammer that is. My work will be much easier without having to use this old rusty piece of junk. So we completed that, and that is yet another anniversary festival activity. So we'll pick up his follow-on, which is a dwarf shield. He says, the festival is a great time for gift giving, and I have the perfect idea for a fantastic tribute. I have this large shield here, much too big for a hobbit, but I have heard of a dwarf in the Blue Mountains named Ormer, who is especially fond of shields like this one. He could put it to much better use than any bounder here. Would you be so kind as to take this to him in Freren's court? So we'll go ahead and accept that. Now, let's see. What's the best way to get there? Because I don't have travel to Thorin's yet. I'm a little behind in my travel skills with her. So I'll tell you what, we will travel to my premium house, which is in Rohan. So I don't dare step out of Rohan, although I guess at this point I could. I'm level 72. But when I first bought the house, I was like level 50 something or something. So that was really quite funny because, yeah, you don't want to step out of the neighborhood. It's not a safe place for a little hobbit. I'm a bigger hobbit now, so I guess I could, But so check this out. So we're in the Eastfold Hills homesteads. And so you see, this is what the neighborhood looks like. So this, if you were to go out that way, that takes you out. And if you go out this way, oh, actually this one takes you up to, there's a house up on the hill, and it has like a tower built into it, and that's that one. Otherwise, all the houses are identical, and except for that other one, which is the Mead Hall, which is over here. And then you have the center of town here, where you've got your task boards and all of that stuff. So, so this is my house up here in the Rohan, but we're not gonna do housing stuff right now. We're gonna go up to Thorin's. We'll do some house tours another time. It'll be awesome. But I just love how everybody decorates differently. And so you can go from one neighborhood to another and even see the same houses, and they're just done, like even the yards and everything are just done so differently. It's really cool. So, okay, so we're gonna go to the center of town here. So if you haven't purchased a house before, in the neighborhoods, you've got these task boards, and they're just like the task boards that you find out in landscape, but they're all in one place, which makes it so much easier. So I really loved using the task boards in the neighborhoods rather than bothering trying to do it out there. Okay, so we're gonna go take the stable master, and we're gonna go to Thorin's Gate. Yeah. Next time. Yeah. Cool. Oh, this appears to be the location for launching red fireworks. Hang on. We got to go back and do that. All right. Because remember it said we should launch red fireworks in Freren's court. And it'll probably tell us again when we get back in. Yep, there we go. We're in Freren's court. Look at that. So we're going to launch a red firework. Oh, that's orange. We're going to launch an orange firework and start the deed. But that's not what I meant to do. The red and the orange are so close. And the red looked like pink to me, so I keep expecting it to be pink. It's not, I know. All right, here we go. New deed, launch red fireworks. But now our fireworks exploration no longer has the red one listed, so cool. We have knocked that out. And we've also started 2 new deeds in our race and social. Yeah, it's, there we go. Launch red fireworks, launch orange, launch blue. So we're getting it going. We'll get there. I'll launch a bunch of them tomorrow night. Green Dragon Friday is always a good time. It's a Hobbit gathering. It's open to every Hobbit on Laurelin, Friday nights at 7:30 UK time. So, okay, so here's this guy. We're bringing him the dwarf shield. And he says, Armor at your service and your families. They always say that. It's pretty cute. He says, My, that is a fine shield, a strong shield indeed. I shall pass this on to my son. He could put this to use in protecting our land. Cheers to you and yours. This shield will be put to good use. Thank you, friend. All right, we'll pick up his lucky goat's horn. He says, Do you believe in items that are lucky? Many travelers and adventurers do. Certain kinds of items in particular are said to grant luck to their owners. I don't believe in such things, but many do, including Ranulf the Thorin's Hall innkeeper. I have the perfect festival gift for Ranulf, a decorative goat's horn. I would like you to take it to him. Some dwarves believe that a goat's horn will bring good fortune to whomever possesses it. So we will accept that. Now, we have done 7 festival events here. We've done 7 quests because that counted, remember? So it says another lovely year. That was our wrapper, our daily. And we can go back and talk to Waldo Rumble anytime, and that will finish it, and that'll give us 3 tokens. So anything else we do today is kind of bonus. So I was saying earlier about how, usually, because Thursday is when this chain resets, so often I'll do like the first couple of them and get myself to the 7, and then I won't do the other ones. I'll wait and do the rest of them tomorrow, because then I can, it's nice to just fill it in. Okay, so we're at Thorin's Hall here, and if we were to go in there, that takes us into, the main hall, which you've probably been into by now. But we're going to go in this side door over here, which somebody has wonderfully left open for us. So, so now we are in Thorin's Ale Hall, and this is a festival location. And this person right over here is who we would talk to. Oh, yeah. So these 2 guys here are running this event. So what happens is you pick up the thing from him, and you'll get in your inventory a club, and then you pop in here and you hit people and it knocks them up in the air. And once you have done that enough times, then you come back here and you turn it in. It's very silly. All right, but we're gonna go over here and we're gonna talk to the innkeeper, because remember that was part of the quest chain that we were doing. So we would go to this guy and deliver that lucky goat's horn.
What do you need?
And he's like, Can I interest you in a pint? Oh, this is a gift for me? Well, I'm feeling quite lucky already. Blessings to you, kind hobbit. And he's like, woo. I hope luck comes your way too. So you'll notice there's lots of people coming and going around these NPCs. Like already, we were just standing here and like 3 more people showed up. So this is a very popular quest chain to do. He says, the festival is always a good time for a drink. Oh, that reminds me, I have a request of you. I brewed up a special batch of my annual festival ale recently, but I'm down to only a few pints left. Will you take this pint of ale to my friend Roger Hazeltwig in Bree? And remember, we met him. That's how we started this whole thing. He usually stops by for a taste, but he hasn't been able to visit in quite some time. Give him my regards and a merry festival to you both. So we accept that. Oh, congratulations. And then we can drop that off. No, I'll probably wait and drop that off tomorrow. Now, if the Ale League, the Ale Association and the Inn League were active, they would be happening in this area. There'd be a number of NPCs. And if the dancing was active, our dance instructor would be here for teaching us the dances of dwarves, and that would happen over here. But what we want to do is we actually want to go back to the Shire, and we want to turn this in at the party tree. So, to Ostgruth. I do not want to go to Ostgruth. I think actually what I'll just do, we'll take the longish way. We'll just pop back down to the... Oh, so notice when we came out here, it pops us back here. Even though it looks like we came, we don't want to go that way. We want to go either side. That'll take us back out. And it takes us back out to here. Yes, the clubs do not do damage. Unless, well, you can actually get knocked up in the air so high that you get that falling damage. It's not technically damage, I don't think. You get that thing where you have like the twisted ankle for a little while. It's funny. It's funny. Oh, Elda's added the schedule for tomorrow to the calendar above. That's so good. That's awesome. So you love Eastfold and need to live there in real life. I don't know if I've mentioned this recently, but I lived in the mountains in Colorado for like 6.5 years, and it really does remind me of living there. I mean, like it is a very familiar feeling to me, and it's yeah, I really do enjoy I like both of them really. Like we have the Plains neighborhood for our kinship. A bunch of us bought houses in the Plains one on Anor, and that one's really nice. I like it there quite a lot. But then I also like the mountains one too. So I just yeah, that's why I'm glad I have houses on all servers, and I can have them both places, and it's great. It's great. Yes, that's not the club hurting you. It's the floor. It's gravity. It's not the falling that's the problem. It's the landing. All right, well, we are coming up to the end of my stream here. And I know, so Eldaleth, who normally streams many hours later, she's going to go ahead and jump on after me. And as then we will then collectively rest and prepare for tomorrow's marathon streaming. So that's going to be fun. So I am here every Thursday, 1 o'clock Eastern. What is that, like 7:30 my time, or 7 o'clock my time? No, that's not right. 1 plus 7. Yeah, so 7 o'clock my time, 1 o'clock your time. Yeah, 1 plus 6. Too many time changes recently, got me mixed up. Yes, because tomorrow will be super long. It's going to be a long day, especially for people who are going to be moderating all day long and running these raffles for you all. That's going to be so good. So definitely come along and enjoy that. So I will be streaming the festival for the next few weeks, of course, because we have festival this week here. Let me pull up my agenda. I went ahead and kind of traced out what I wanted to do, for the next number of weeks. So we have anniversary event on next Thursday, and the following Thursday, May 6th, I am also still doing an anniversary event. Thursday, May 12th, though, we are outside of anniversary time, so we'll probably do something else, like maybe we'll do some housing. Maybe we'll go take some housing tours. And then we've got, again, another week after that, then we'll probably do like the Buried Treasure event. That's scheduled for May 27th. First 2 weeks of June are without a festival or event, but then June 17th partway into July, we have the Midsummer Festival. So that's going to be great. Last year was the first year of that festival. It was a brand new festival, and it takes place in Minas Tirith. So that was my first time spending a lot of time in Minas Tirith, and by the end of the festival, I was able to get my way around there with no problem. So it'll come in very handy for future when I'm doing actual questing in Minas Tirith, and for when I eventually get there as a chicken. One day it will happen. I will get there as a chicken eventually. So when I get to the party tree, or any other place like this where there's a lot going on, I noticed that if you don't have a pet and you're not mounted, it seems to help out if more people, just walk in and out. Oh, hang on. I gotta launch a yellow firework. Gandalf will be happy. So they'll do that. Yay! Oh my gosh, look at that. A new deed. I'm shocked. Shocked, might I tell you. Yeah, oh, it can be... Oh, your Air Force stuff? Oh. Oh, talking about sound levels. Okay, so we've done our wrapper, our daily, so we're going to go ahead and turn that in. He says, my year festive one. I hope you're having a fun time at the anniversary festival. It seems you're having a swell time, so perhaps you'll enjoy one of these rewards. Here you are. Come back tomorrow, and I shall have more rewards for you. So we finished that. And he's right. We come back tomorrow. He'll give us that same wrapper. We can do another 7 events. Now, earlier we were talking about the barter, the exchange, token exchange barter. So here she is, and you can actually look at her here, and she'll tell you that this is the box you'll get. You can open it up, and you get one of these categories. So you can pick 6 spring leaves, or 6 anniversary tokens, or 3 midsummer tokens, etc. So, but you get one of those lines, and in order to get that, we're going to barter. So you would pick, I want to spend 10 spring leaves, or 10 anniversary tokens, or in my case, I could spend, 20 fall festival tokens, and so on. So I could spend tokens from previous festivals where maybe I have some extras, and maybe I want to shift them over to this festival because there's things that I want and I'm just not going to have enough tokens to do it, or whatever. So you've got some options there. That makes me think maybe I should take one of my characters and like, you are the this festival and you are that festival, and then they can swap for each other or something. I don't know. But anyway, okay. So I think we're gonna wrap it up here in just a minute. Trying to think if there's anything else. So yeah, so we're gonna do more festival tomorrow. We're gonna do more festival next week. If there's anything that you would like to see me cover, please let me know. You can find me here in the chat on Thursdays. You can find me on Twitter at Beyond Shire. This is our social media links are listed in the roster that Elda puts out, so you can always click on that if you forget what I've said. I also have the website lifebeyondtheshire.com, and I have a YouTube channel where I take these videos and post them there because sometimes they're hard for people to find on Twitch. After a week or two goes by, then kind of sometimes they disappear into the ether. So this way you can find them all in one place if that's easier for you. Okay, so I think that is about all that we're gonna do for now. You can, here, I'll put Thursday. You can see that those are who we have on today. So French Girl Gaming was on overnight, for me at least. Little Redhead, that's me. And Eldaleth is gonna be coming up next. And then Epic Ogre, I believe, either he's on or he's on vacation, I've forgotten. Elda will know. So she can let you know during her stream. All right, so I think that is about the end of our time here. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey around Middle-earth. And I hope you have found this stream enjoyable and informative. And yeah, let me know in the future if there's something specific you'd like to know about. And in the meantime, enjoy some Eldalith. And wherever you go and whatever you do, I encourage you to stay connected to the Hobbit side of your heart. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Bye now.